Hey guys, real quick. Haven't been making any vids because ISWA has been down. We haven't had any updates since 11/26, 6:46 UTC. So that's well over 24 hours ago. More like 36, about 36 hours ago. They've shut this down. This one went down a little bit sooner, about 7 hours, 6 hours sooner. On the Fock radiation belts and the polar cap, ionospheric polar cap ones that I showed you in a couple videos ago. That one went down also on the 26th, but at 0100 UTC. Got a steady connect now with Nemesis, real steady. Not seeing those wild fluctuations like we were before. There's the phi angle. As you can see, it's well above the 180, which is the highest that it's supposed to be. 180 would be a direct connect from the sun to the earth, and 0 is a direct connect from the earth to the sun. On this Discover satellite up there at the L1 Lagrange position, so this is where they are at. This is the L1 Lagrange point, 930,000 miles in front of the earth. The ACE satellite went up in 95, and the Discover one, which is basically does the same functions, but it's a much newer model, went up in 2016 or 17. Then there's the sun, which is 92 million miles in front of here. So they were put up to give us an early warning and to monitor all the stuff coming from the sun, like temperature, which I've never seen that to be a factor, but solar wind speed is way down. Normal is between 400 to 700 kilometers per second. You can see it hasn't even hit 400. They got this thing dialed way back. Density numbers are normal is 4 to 6 atoms per cubic centimeter. So that's running a little bit above normal, and sometimes 2 or 3 times above normal. Got a little spike there. Solar wind speed's coming up slightly, but everything's pretty static, stable, but completely unstable actually, because we got this phi angle connection with Nemesis directly behind the Earth, and I'm sure that that big planet that's fronting the Earth is having a calming effect, or not calming, but it's strengthening the connection with Earth to Nemesis. Let's put it that way. You can see we're getting nothing to the sun, nothing below 180, and we got a tiny little blip there. Tried to connect to the sun, but that didn't last for but a minute. So that was it. This is the Solar Ham space weather tutorial. I got this links in my description box. You guys really need to avail yourself of this stuff if you want to understand what's going on. And you can click this. It gives you this, what I've got up here at the L1 Lagrange point. That explains what's up with that. But here's the phi angle, the blue. And I noticed suspicious observers today. Ben Davidson put up a video, and he actually talked about the phi angle again. So I guess he must have heard my one video where I called him out again, saying that he never mentions the phi angle because I debunked him in a video about a month ago on it. So I guess he thought it would be best for him to mention it again, and he included it in his update today, but he lied, completely lied about it. because he said it indicates a sun to the earth connection, or an earth to sun connection, even went that far, which would be at 0 degrees. This means that the phi would be 0 degrees if it were pointing at the sun from the earth, and 180 if it were pointing from the sun to the earth. So, I mean, you can believe what you want to believe, but Ben Davidson is a total COINTELPRO disinfo agent, as most of them are, because most of them aren't giving you what I'm giving you, which is the truth, okay? Sorry to be so blunt, but I'm sick of it. I really am. Totally sick of these sick people. And you people just eat it up like it's frickin' pablum. Unbelievable. So this stuff's down. Who knows when it's going to come back up. It may not come back up, because I think we're in a critical period. And we might have something else on the way in. This gap's getting bigger. It's up to a good 3 hours now. A little bit over 3 hours. This is ACE on the last 24-hour run. And it's a gap on the data side. So it's between this Earth and ACE in the ACE's data relay. There it is there. You can see it back here. It was around the same time. I think it's getting a little bit larger. So something's getting, I would say, closer to the Earth, I guess, and blocking the data collection from ACE. That's my best guess. But that has nothing to do with that big planet that's already out in front. And yeah, that's about all I can say. There's really not much else I can update. Show you the latest earthquake 3D if you want to see that. It's a little bit over 24 hours. Gives you 2.5 and greater in the US territories, or 4.5 or greater worldwide. From a USGS feed. So obviously you don't get everything, but you get all the big ones anyway. You can see Mexico, off the coast of Mexico, had one recently, 5.5, and we had a 4.1. 4.1 up here in California, IA. A lot of unrest. And we have these deep quakes going off down by Fiji, which is not uncommon, but it is uncommon for, here's the kilometers. Anything below 300 or 400 kilometers is a deep quake, and it's not normal. We got 3 of them there. The one's wanting to hide, but they're all in the 500 plus kilometer range. Those didn't start happening until Nemesis came on the scene a couple, 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, and they've been getting more frequent. So whenever you got deep quake way down below the crust in the asthenosphere, which is either very plastic or very hard, you know that pressure coming up from that far down below is going to push up somewhere else. If you follow Dutch Cinch, which he's been pretty good about showing you where the relationship with deep earthquakes to larger, shallower quakes within a week or so, maybe even 3 days, has been quite common. So that's that there. Let's pull it down all the way to there's the last 7 days. I'll pull these rings down so you can just see where the quakes are. Wherever there's gaps along, especially the ring of fire, potential for a quake to fill in those gaps is pretty strong. You can see there's a lot of gaps along the U.S. West Coast. So, and we got this acting up over here. Volcanic stuff going on and earthquakes off Madagascar. That's about all I got for today, guys. This stuff's down. I'll keep monitoring it. I did pull up the geospace. The geospace one, that University of Michigan. It's not showing there. But anyway, I pulled it up and it's not showing a whole lot. It's supposedly getting data from ISWA and they're updating that. One thing I did notice is that the bow shock has come back some. Here it is here. So you can see the bow shock was out all the way to around 19 during those last couple vids I made. It's come back. I have to assume that this is correct info here. So I don't know what's going on with that. That big planet pass? It's hard to say without being able to see these ISWA runs and the Y-cut in particular to see how many field lines are still stacking up in front of the planet. So I guess that's about all I got, guys. God bless, peace, and I'm out.